Good morning and welcome back to another edition of Gary's Movie Emporium. Today's Sunday, the 24th. No, not 24th, 28th. Sorry about that. I forgot I was getting that close to the end of the month. It's the last day of February. No leap year this year. Today's video is another Dollar Tree pickup. About the same number of titles, but this time I have some Blu-ray in this one this morning. And let's get started on what I got. First off the batch here, it's Exodus Gods and King. It's from the director of Gladiator. I had went to Big Lots, I believe. Big Lots or Dollar General, one of the two. It's weird too because I seen Gladiator. I almost got it, but I would have rather had the Blu-ray of it. But I didn't pick it up, and I wish I had because I didn't see Gladiator in too many of the stores. I think it was Dollar General, to be honest with you, where I saw it, but I should have picked it up and didn't. Somebody, I'm sure, will snatch that when they see it. Let's get started on what this movie is all about. It's PG-13, 5.1 and 2.0, 5.0 English and 2.0 French, Dolby Digital, widescreen 240 by 1. 2014, and it's a really long film. It's like 2.5 hours. You should pretty much know what Exodus is about. I'm sure probably a lot of people have watched it. It's a biblical movie. Nothing wrong with that. I kind of like these at the theater because this is an era that you don't see too often at the theater. It's been more rampant over the past few years, but used to be like a diamond in the rough to find these in theaters. But then they were going on a movie making binge with these. I don't know if it's because the success started catching up with them, like each film got less and less of a box office or what, but that's Exodus Gods and Kings. Hard to make out the cover a little bit. It's more or less flooding going on there in the background. I believe that's a tornado right there. Had to have been scary when they were really primitive, especially, no vehicles to get away in or anything like that. Just horse and on foot. That's Exodus, Gods and Kings. Happy to get that one. Then I got Wings, the complete first and second seasons. Crystal Bernard also went on to play in Slumber Party Massacre 2. She played the character Courtney in that one. She played like a rock musician in it. It's kind of funny to see her, go outside her element and be in this girls' high school rock band. And it just was, I believe that's Steven Weber. And, what's his name? Tony Shalhoub from, I never can remember what he's from. I know the name, it's just, I don't know. But you know who I mean. He played it where he is a germaphobe. David Schramm and Thomas Hayden Church is in this. This is a complete 4-disc set, comes complete with surprises and proves how seasons 1 and 2 became such a high-flying success. Basically, this takes place in and around an airport, and the zaniness that it kind of puts me in mind a little bit of WKRP in Cincinnati. It's not as good as that, I don't think, but it's definitely on that level in terms of like kind of backdrop-ish, like, because I mean it takes place at an airport most of a good portion of it, and WKRP in Cincinnati took place at a radio station where they did it seemed like they showed different scenes, whereas this one's usually all in a lobby with a bunch of these characters. I think this guy's looking like, yeah, he's a plane mechanic. I'm not sure what their roles were. She might have been like one of the hostesses for, like getting tickets and stuff. I'm not really sure. It's been a while since I've watched this. I didn't really heavily watch it when it was on. It's a CBS Paramount Television, CBS DVD produced 2-discer or 4-discer, two single thin cased, clear cased movies here. You can see the side too good, I don't know. Yeah, see it's thin cased ones, but that was at the Dollar Tree again. Happy to get that. And then I got the Road Fury collection. 5 movies. Sunoco Bridge has DEFCON 2012, Delirium, Cyber Vengeance, Population Z. This is Echo Bridge, like I mentioned, 2015, and clocks in at 449 minutes on this one. So you get a lot of bang for your buck on this one. I know I use that term quite a lot. It has over 7 hours of movie on this, and all of them are anywhere from 82 minutes right straight on up to 101. 101 being the one I can't see. But yeah, that's the longest one. Yeah, that's the longest one. The 101 minutes on this one, but they're all predominantly between 82 and 90 some plus minutes. Pretty happy to have that. Love the cover art there going on, and then the logo 5 written kind of like post-apocalyptic looking in the back there, kind of doom and gloom kind of stuff. One more look at the front. I don't know if you can see that too good. See what I mean with the 5? It's kind of looks like a street gang or something painted it with spray paint or whatever, and as well as the name of the theme for the collection. Kind of looks spray painted as well. Kind of has that Mad Max feel to it as well. And then next up, I got a 10 movie holiday songs that are included on this Christmas disc here. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's a 13 film Christmas collector's set. I'd assume a lot of these are pretty short. Has such songs as Toys Will Be Toys, Santa's Surprise, or maybe these are, maybe these are not songs. I'm not sure. It doesn't really say, but it does say also includes, so I'm assuming those are songs. Jack Frost, the Shanty Where Santa Claus Lives, Somewhere in Dreamland, Hector's Hectic Life, The Star of Bethlehem, and The Candlemaker. That says it clocks in at 76 minutes color. Yeah, a lot of these animated features are anywhere from 20 minutes. Well, actually, there's one here that's 8 and 9 minutes, and they go all the way up to 95. There's only one that's really feature length here, and that's the one that they put the sticker over. Not a big whoop there, but that's the 13 Christmas film collection. Collector's set, if you will. See, there's the ones I was reading. Sorry about the glare. I don't know. I swear it just depends on what, some days I think it might be because it's maybe not as dark as it used to be outside because of, we're late in the year and I'm getting that vibe that spring's not far off. I don't know if anybody else in the Northeast gets that feeling too. And then I got another one of these, House of Darkness, House of Light. I had talked about this in my last video. Pretty happy to get this, even though I had it once, so it is an extra. Nearly 2 hours on this. I guess it's a first-hand account of Andrea Perron's interview about House of Darkness, House of Light. I don't know if this is inspired. Yeah, it says it inspired The Conjuring, so I don't know if this is where, can't think of their names. Ones that did The Conjuring, the ghost investigation team The Warrens. I don't know if that inspired these guys to hunt, or if she worked close with the Warrens at some point on this, and then The Conjuring kind of became a thing back in the 70s. I'm not sure. But she actually sounds like somebody that was actually seen something that, it's unexplained. Just sounds kind of interesting. I think it's more about like a documentary style thing on horror more than anything. Sorry about that. I hate it when things pop up on the computer right where I'm recording. And that's House of Darkness, House of Light. I feel like I've seen that somewhere before, not just in the Dollar Tree, but other places. And then I got a 4-movie Steven Seagal collection. At this point, I just keep getting these because I'm not sure if I got them. I just keep getting them because it's Steven Seagal. I feel if I look at them by the cover and when we move, if I see I have a bunch of them, then I got some Steven Seagal I can get rid of and keep a copy of or whatever. But I think this has been around quite a bit. It has Driven to Kill, Kill Switch, Mercenary for Justice, and Today You Die. And I believe these are all Steven Seagal films. Yeah, all 4 are Steven Seagal. So this is a legit Steven Seagal collection from Echo Bridge. 2 of them are from Millennium. No, 3 of them are from Millennium Pictures. I'm not sure what the Driven to Kill is from, but he must have landed a deal with Millennium Films or Pictures at some point. 2018 on this compilated 4-pack. Pretty much they're all about an hour and a half. Pretty typical of a Steven Seagal film or Van Damme film, or usually they're about that hour and a half. Van Damme tends to be in a little longer film sometimes because he does like the Universal Soldier, and those are like hour 45, but generally hour and a half for these 2 guys movie running time frame. But let's look at the back. And then I got, in the same vein, since we're talking about mixed martial artists and things like that, a Gerson Sanjanito film, Maximum Cage Fighting. This is a Kmart release, guys. Widescreen presentation. One man's fight for his daughters, another man's fight for revenge. Hollywood Wizard says it will keep you wanting more. I'm sorry about the gassy feeling I'm getting right now. I'm getting low on my meds. My doctor's giving me problems about giving me more prescriptions. I don't exactly want to rush out to the doctors right now, still with COVID, if I can help it, but I don't know why they don't just give me more meds. 94 minutes, not rated violence and profanity, which is to be expected in this kind of a genre. It's an MCF production. Kind of gives me, yeah. I think this is a... Yeah, I think this was a Canadian released movie. As it does say Canadian home. Home. I can't make up that word. Yeah, I got a Canadian home video. And then it has its 14, looks like 14A rating. And we don't do that here in the States that I know of. And that's Maximum Cage Fighting. Look at the back there really quick. And then I got George Vincent, Christina Denton, and John Savage from The Deer Hunter. Had a really good role in that. Based on true events, Heavenly Deposit. The end of the road is where faith begins. Almost looks like Eric Roberts a little bit. I thought it was at first, but it's not. Vertical Entertainment from 2019. After the devastating loss of his father as a young boy, Peter Reynolds denies the presence of God in his life and decides to take matters into his own hands years later. Peter's life is riddled with problems, financial ruin, unemployment, and ultimately marital challenges. And I guess that's basically his daily struggle with everything that I mentioned, and more or less, probably if he's on the fence about his belief in God and all that. It's that question. Maybe he starts going to church. I'm guessing. I don't know. Looks pretty cool. I mean, it sounds pretty alright. Pretty harmless movie. Nothing inappropriate probably in this. Maybe a little bit debatable about the religion part, maybe, because some of these like to kind of drive it home on the religion part, kind of a little too much. Some people might find that kind of opinionated or forced on them when they watch this, but it should be all right. And then going to Blu-ray now. Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital HD here. I think I might have got this in one other way, but it's the sequel to Hard Target starring Scott Adkins, Rona Mitra, who played in one of the installments of Underworld. I think it was the one that was like a prequel. And then Robert Knepper, Hard Target 2. I really liked the first Hard Target. I remember seeing that at the theater back when it came out. I always loved like the chemistry between Van Damme and Lance Henriksen in that film. Like back, like had that Bayou feeling and stuff to it. I doubt this is even in that same league, but it's a nice addition to have Rona Mitra in it as a girl badass in this. Rated R. An hour and 44 minutes. Over 20 minutes of bonus features on this as well. I'm sure they're saying it's must-see film for action, but we pretty much bet that it's not must-see, but it can't be too bad when you got Scott Adkins and Rona Mitra, and I should know Robert Knepper, too. Sounds familiar. But that's what I picked up for a Blu-ray this morning. That's not all I picked up, but that's my first Blu-ray in this video. And next up, I got this in a 4-pack movie set from Hamilton. And my wife said, "Do you want me to pick a Mortal Kombat Legacy?" And I was like, "Was it Blu-ray or DVD?" She's like, "Blu-ray." And I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind owning it separately, as opposed to owning it as a compilated Blu-ray. So we picked up Mortal Kombat Legacy. I can't believe somebody didn't pick this up in store. 104 minutes on this one. Warner Brothers release. And apparently it's really not a movie, guys. If you think it's a movie, it really isn't. It's basically episodes 1 through 9. At least it is on here. It does have special features. Mortal Kombat Legacy Fight. Fan-made Mortal Kombat Legacy. Expanding to Another Realm. Mysticism and Gear. And I guess they all go into depth on the making of this particular, you might better say show. It's really not a movie. But still, it's good to, these might be pretty darn cool. I heard good things about the TV series here. I think it kind of re-inspired them to make the recent reboot that's coming out soon. But happy to get that. Back over to DVD. Jan Bell, TNT Jackson, includes 7 bonus movies. It's an Echo Bridge title. I want to say that it looks more like Pam Grier, but I guess not. In 2018, apparently Gene Bell was a Playboy playmate. I had no idea. I'm not familiar with this era. So it has TNT Jackson, South Bronx Heroes, Lady Coca, or Coco. I think it's Coca. Final Come Down, Velvet Smooth. Once a Thief, Brother Against Brother, and Once a Thief, Family Business. Those 3 are about 90 minutes. The other ones are somewhere in that vicinity, with Lady Coca, clocking it at 100 minutes. I think that's the longest movie on here. There's a look at the back. It has that really big time 70s vibe to it. That's what I kind of like about it because it stands out. Sometimes Echo Bridge surprises us with this cover art and stuff. They do a really good job. And there's one more look at the front. Definitely has that Jackson 5 vibe and kind of like Fred Sanford. Like some of the girls that would show up on the show would have their clothing and their look like this on the show. Very nostalgic for you people that did grow up in the 70s. By the end of the decade, I was all of 10 years old, so I don't really remember a lot about the 70s. I remember a lot about the 80s, obviously. Let's look at the back. That's why I say I've always was more of an 80s person, because when I grew up, by the time I got through the 70s, I was maybe all of 6 or 7, and you don't really remember a lot too much back then. And then next up, I got a Kmart title here, which I'm very stoked about because this is one of my favorite stores. Back in the day, to me, this was my Walmart, and this was a very good store. Like one of the stores we had actually had a restaurant that you could, when you're shopping or through shopping, you could take your bags and go in there and sit and eat. And it's just really cool to have a restaurant just off. And it wasn't a small restaurant really either. It was, I dare say it was bigger back there than it was in a lot of the McDonald's that you eat in. And plus it's better food because it has restaurant style food, not fast food that, might be contaminated. I mean, I'm sure they had their issues, but I just feel like today's fast food has a kitchen full of contamination, a lot of it. Next up here is Blood of the Dragon, a 3 bonus movie set, An Army of One Against the World. Echo Bridge, 388 minutes. Duel of the Iron Fist, Eagle Claws, Champion, and Militant Eagle. And the main film is called Blood of the Dragon. So, happy to have that this morning. And for the rest of the collection, but I do think I picked up 2 of these by accident. Because sometimes these covers look like they're new when you get in the store, so you just pick them up. So I can relate with anybody that keeps picking up doubles or think that they picked up a double. And then next up, I got a thrilling powerhouse of a movie here called Galveston. Ben Foster, Elle Fanning, Lily Reinhart, Robert Aramayo, and Beau Bridges. A thrilling powerhouse. It says Movie Web, based on a novel by the creators of True Detective. I think True Detective is an HBO show. This too is an RLJ Entertainment release. 5.1 stereo, 239 by 1, and it's 93 minutes, guys. So you can't complain, some pretty good features on it. I mean, like, not special features, but like, to have it in 5.1, and it's not a low end movie by any means. Low Spark Films. I mean, it's not top tier and go to the theater, but I think this one will look good on your HD TVs or projectors or whatever you have for your source for entertainment. But looks pretty interesting. Yeah, something about a mob hit boss. I can't really make it out, but I don't know if they're on the run because a mob hit boss wants their money or what. But that's Galveston. And I'm going to set that one aside because our good buddy, a vegan named Wayne, wanted that, and I messed his name up, and I apologize for that. It's my fault. I didn't mean to do that. I thought his name was Avenged Wayne because I was thinking of the band Avenged Sevenfold, and I thought maybe he might have been a fan of theirs or something. But it's a vegan named Wayne. I think he wanted that, he said. At least that's what he said the last time I talked, because I know he got into the Dollar Tree stores recently, but I don't know if he got anything. And then I got a family-approved film here, God's Precious Gifts triple feature. God Save Our Farm, Little Red Wagon, the last brick maker in America. I was considering watching the Little Red Wagon. I don't know nothing about that. Sounds so interesting. Yeah, it says it's based on an inspirational true story. The one in the middle there. True story of an 8-year-old Zach Bonner on his quest to challenge or to change the world with nothing more than a blazing spirit of philanthropy and a beat-up red wagon when Zach sets out to help homeless children in America. In the wake of a Hurricane Charlie, by walking across the country, he must overcome bureaucrats and blisters and capture the hearts of his fractured family and the entire nation. Kind of sounds a little bit like Radio Flyer without the child abuse that went on in it. It just sounds like he comes from like a broken family. I don't know. It just kind of sounds a little bit like The Wizard in a sense too, with Freddie Savage. Kids dealing with stuff, and he wants to, set out on his own, going cross country. I might watch that and let you know how Little Red Wagon is in one of my other videos. But that's a 1x78 by 104 minutes, 2.0 Dolby Digital, and Little Red Wagon is from 2010. I'm gonna watch that one tonight, I think, if I can get some time. And then I picked this up again. It's a Shudder original. I had what's his name? Disney on Instagram, I think his name was. I want to say that's what his name was. I get a lot of names mixed up on Instagram because some of the names feel similar. But he had sent me this movie, but this is one I got in store. It's a Shudder original, Gwen. Right here. RLJ Entertainment. RLJ was very rampant in this wave, in case you didn't know. 5.1 master audio, 2x35 by 1. It's from 2018. Oh, pardon me. We had Pizza Hut pizza last night. It's really hit me really bad this morning. Like I say, I'm out of my pills, but my doctor's going to have to get on that. They've been terrible during this COVID crisis. It's like you try to get a medication, and it's like pulling teeth. It's like, why are you taking, people need their meds during this. I understand it might be a little tougher to come by, maybe, but still, it's just that's why people don't like dealing with their doctors. Family approved here. Derby dogs take a bite out of the competition. I think I might have picked this up a long time ago, but I'm not sure. And then I seen it at another store, and I went to pick it up, and it was a runner. And I didn't really want to take a chance on that, because if they're scratched, I don't really want them. I'd rather just pass. Screen Media Films here. 87 minutes, 178 by 1, a 5.1 surround stereo. 2013 Screen Media. That's from the producer of Whale Rider and The Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. This looks kind of interesting as well. Against his mother's wishes, Ben will secretly enter the local soapbox derby to best school bullies. With a ragtag group of friends, the 12-year-old will encounter a crazy cast of characters while building and racing his own car filled with laughs, heart-pounding racing. Derby Dogs is a winning adventure for the whole family. And like I said, that's Dove approved, so it can't be too bad. Might be a little bit on the lighthearted side for some people, but still good to get. And then I got 4 films featuring one of my favorite actors here. Morgan Freeman, The Contract, Blade, and Edison Force, and The Code. Echo Bridge compilated disc here. Millennium Films did all but Blade, according to this. Blade looks like a really older one with it has the late great Rue McClanahan in it as well. The Contract stars Morgan Freeman along with John Cusack. The Code The Code also stars a young Antonio Banderas in this as well, and probably a much younger Morgan Freeman too, I suppose. On Edison Force 2 has, I'm not mentioning his name, is too much controversy surrounding him, but it stars Justin Timberlake, not Justin Timberlake, but this guy I'm leaving out. I'm going to skip over him and then go to LL Cool J, Dylan McDermott, John Hurt, and late great John Hurt. I believe if it's the John Hurt, yeah, I think. Oh man, this one. Sorry about that. My computer logged out really fast because I wasn't doing anything with it. And then I got Carrie Eloise in one of these as well. But that's that. And then I got from the director of The Hornet's Nest and Citizen Soldier and an Elam Quaid Films, Blu-ray Danger Close Inside Special Ops. Got this the other day. I was talking to a viewer and a friend, Kenesha. She had gotten it too, and she said it was slightly different than hers. I don't really pay attention sometimes to the writing, but that's what that one says. I don't know if that was coming out bad in the picture I showed her. But that's 87 minutes from 2017, and it has like 4 special features on it right there. Happy nonetheless. Very fitting, seeing as I live a stone's throw away from a major air base here in upstate near Fort Drum, New York. Probably heard about it on the news. And then I got another Gwen here as well. So I'm getting these quite frequently. I've been picking them up because they've been very popular in the trading wave going on. And if anybody needs one, let me know. Maybe we can do some trading. I'm not trying to get into the act like Larry and Melissa. They nailed that market. I'm not even going to try to do anything much with going, more or less corporate with it like they do, because they're masters at it. I wouldn't want to do what they do all the time. I have fun going to the stores, but as to remember who to pick up what, I don't envy them. I admire them, but I don't envy having to remember all that stuff. This is an RLJ Entertainment release here, like I said in the other one, but more Gwen. And then I got I don't know if I got this either. It's a Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital code. Jarhead Law of Return. Universal release and rated R. Major Ronan Jackson or Devon Sawa from the Final Destination movies. Accomplished fighter pilot for the Israel, I don't know if it says Army because there's a sticker, is shot down while flying through Syrian airspace. I don't know if he gets captured, tortured, or what, but that's Jarhead Law of Return. Looks backwards on this. It's hard to make out. I apologize, but you know what it's like to try to look at words when they're backwards. But that's that one, and that's the final Blu-ray in this video. And I got 2 more. One of these is already spoken for to trade. The other one I plan on keeping, but I'm really happy about this. I got another Kmart exclusive from Echo Bridge. Midnight Horror Collection. It has Pelt, Dogman, Monsters in the Woods, and The Eves, I guess it says. 4 movie set here. Echo Bridge released 2016, produced compilated DVD here. They all pretty much are about an hour and a half. One's 84, Monsters in the Woods. I believe that's the shortest one on this one. Yeah, that's the shortest one. The second one being The Eves. Some of these sound really good, though. Some of them I've never even heard of. Dogman kind of sounds a little bit like the Mothman in a sense, because it says It's lurking in the woods near Hank's rural Michigan home. Wolf-like and thirsty for blood, the legend of the dogman is no myth. Now this down-home hillbilly must prove that in these woods he is the top dog. So it kind of has that. That one kind of has that. I don't know if you ever seen the show on. We used to be on Destination America, and then it moved over to Travel Channel, I believe, called Mountain Monsters. That one sounds very Mountain Monsters like, and if you like that show, I'm sure this movie will be right up your alley. But that's the 4-movie Midnight Horror Collection set right here. Some little mini posters. Can't really make them out too good. That one, I'm sorry, but that Dogman looks really cool. It's got glowing eyes. Might be a little hokey for some people, but it's right up my alley. I like the creature features. And then finally, I got a, this one's counted for. This is going in a trade with Kanisha. The Spectacular New Adventures of Casper, Volume 1. And this was highly demanded right off the bat when I showed a picture of the stuff I got, and then she wanted it right off the bat, so that's pretty cool. I got something in demand for a change. That's kind of weird. It's got a R.I.P. Rest in peace. I think I would have blocked that out because it's a Casper animated thing. Because kid might look at this and say, "What's that for, mommy?" or whatever. I think you try to. I mean, kids aren't about they don't really pay too much into death sometimes. Like we do, but. I don't know if I would have blurred that out a little bit, maybe so the kid didn't ask you about someone dying or whatever in that graveyard, but I don't know. That's just something I observed. It's not a big look, but I'm not like someone that opposes everything, but I think I would have just blocked that out. But this has five episodes on it, but the thing is, they're made up in increments. Like, it says there's 5, but then there's 3 different for each number. There's 3 episodes there, 3 there, 3 there. So really, I think it has more, like 15 from what I'm seeing. Actually, 15 episodes on this one. They're really short. It does say, featuring the voices of Dan Castellaneta and Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond. They play beloved characters in this smash hit movie, and over 2 hours of fantastic animated adventures. It's family entertainment destined to be a scream with new and old fans alike. So I gotta take good care of this one because this one's going out as soon as I get a chance to get to the dreaded post office. You never know when you're gonna get there because we don't like this one guy at the post office. We think he overcharges because anywhere else we've ever gone, the same amount of stuff that we send, he always goes over by like $1 or $2 or sometimes $3 more. And my wife tries to get a different postmaster behind the counter if she can, because there's several of them there at that bigger post office. She doesn't care for him, and then he always has questions about stuff like, "Oh, do you have correspondence in here?" And like he asks you, he basically goes right by the book, and I mean, like to a T. I understand he works for the government, but I don't know. It's just it's ridiculous. It's COVID times. You gotta kind of let. It's not like you hear something ticking in a box or something. I'd understand then. I'd understand all kinds of questions, but. I don't know. I just don't understand our post office. And then this came the other day. This was from Larry and Melissa. Was not expecting this at all. I'd set this over there. Out of nowhere, I got a package, and I see it said MD, I don't know if it's MDTD, something on the box. What is it? Yeah, MIDT DVD. And I was like, I didn't understand what it's from. And then I looked at the address. I go, why does that address look familiar? It turns out Larry and Melissa I'd sent this out as a nice gesture. If I had it to pass it on to other people, but I got a steelbook from them for Wolfsbane. I think I tried getting this in store, but no one had it. It's a Millennium Films Echo Bridge, 90 minutes, 178 by 1, 5.1 surround. But I was very happy to get this. See how it looks, like how well it. I mean, I never would have thought Echo Bridge would have had a steelbook. I'm really happy about this. Thank you, Larry and Melissa, for that nice gesture. But not only did they do that, they included a card. And I'll read what it says, and then I'll close out the video and say my usual ending, or try to end it on a, typical note. But I want to get this card in here. It says, "Hi Gary, we hope the beginning of this year is bringing you good things. We wanted to send these out in the beginning of January, but with a restock of titles, we got a little behind. Understandable with that one. With everyone living in semi-isolation, we think it's cool that we have gained some new friends. It's kind of hard to keep up with everyone's collection. So if you if you already have this title, please feel free to trade this or pass it to a friend. Gary, hope the coming year is filled with happy times, wonderful possibilities, and many dreams come true. Talk soon, Larry and Melissa of My Dollar Tree DVD." And there's a better, closer look at the bottom part of it. And if you didn't see that, you could always pause it and read it for yourself. And they got this is a Hallmark card. Yeah. So they paid pretty good for this, too, as well. And I appreciate that, and a very nice gesture. So far, 2021 has definitely started out better than 2020. Can't complain. The channel's growing. Sorry there's been a few videos along the way in 2020 and into 2021 where I've kind of ranted on stuff. But I was told by, a loyal viewer that you got to get stuff off your chest, not to let negativity stop you from shining. So I guess that's really good advice. And I'd like to, it is good advice, but I kind of don't. My problem is when I get upset, it's easy for me to stay mad for a while. I think that's just in my nature. I think it comes from having bipolarism. It's not a knock on anybody or anything, but I take things a little bit more to heart than the average person, and I don't forgive as much. I try to mend broken fences with people, but I've been burnt so many times because of, being bipolar that I just don't really trust people per se. It's just kind of my thing. But I'm not trying to bring a video down, but I just try to explain the negativity that goes on in my mind sometimes. But that's my video for this morning, and I hope you enjoyed all the ones I picked up. There's a lot of cool ones. Some could have been better, but there really wasn't a lot of good stuff in this wave in my eyes. Like there wasn't a lot of horror. Really wasn't a lot of sci-fi. It's most predominantly repeats of stuff like Top Cat, Spy Cat, Pluie, Mission to something. I can't remember. It was an animated film, but it's pretty much a lot of repeats because we went through box upon box. One whole box had nothing but repeats, and then we went to another one, same story. But that's my video this morning. Share, like, and subscribe. Leave any comments. Please follow the channel so you don't miss out on any titles that you may be looking for, because you never know when I might pop the Blu-rays, because I've kind of mixed up the formula to where I'm putting Blu-rays in here, because I'm not saying everybody's doing this, but I feel like sometimes people just worry about the Blu-rays, and I understand that because I'm more of a Blu-ray guy than a DVD guy, but DVD has its place. It's fun. They're good quality, a good majority of them. You have to question yourself if it's the company that made it maybe made it not so good quality. But I'm open to all formats. I'm not much of a VHS collector obviously anymore, but Back in the day, it did have its place. It was replaced by DVD and Blu-ray. I'm hearing 4K might be getting gone before you know it because the sales for that aren't very good. But that's my video. Take care. Have a good Sunday. Have a good rest of your Sunday. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. See you later. Bye.